Today's exercise will be to fabricate a diagnostic cast. The text reference is in Rosenstiel's textbook. Casts must be accurate, of the prescribed dimensions, and free from gross bubbles and defects. Please review this material thoroughly before attempting the procedure. Examples of satisfactory cast are available for you to self-critique. You will use your crown and bridge dentiform. Select a stock tray of adequate size. Mix the impression material, make an impression, pour in yellow stone, then trim the resulting cast. You will need a stock tray and a tray adhesive known as tack. Alginate, a rubber mixing bowl, a mixing spatula, measuring cups. You will also need packages of stone for pouring impression and mounting. To select a stock tray, ensure that it is extended adequately. It may be modified by warming with a flame and bending the tray. It may be further modified with red rope wax to extend the tray and confine the material. Ideally, you should allow space of 5 mm between the tray and the arch to have adequate thickness of material. Apply a liberal amount of tray adhesive to the inside of the tray. Extend the adhesive over the borders of the tray. When using alginate, greater bulk is better, because it is less susceptible to dimensional change and water content alteration. Select the largest tray that will comfortably fit. The slide illustrates fitting the stock tray. Ensure that the tray is extended to include all critical areas on the model. Mix the material in a rubber bowl. Always read the mixing instructions, as the material could vary. Place the alginate in the tray. Using your fingers, apply material to the occlusal surfaces of the teeth. Seat the tray. The material should extrude through the holes in the tray. Hold the tray still until set. Refer to manufacturer's instruction for removal of the set alginate. After setting, the tray should be removed in one motion. You should avoid teasing the impression out. Inspect for tears and voids. Small defects in non-critical areas may not affect the usefulness of the impression. Voids on the tooth surface may require re-impression. For neatness, fill the tongue space before pouring. Wrap impression with a wet paper towel. Mix yellow stone with vacuum spatulation. Use the double pour method. The initial pour is allowed to set. Sufficient undercuts should exist on the first pour, to allow the second pour to be retained. After the first pour is set, wet the stone. Vibrate stone onto the surface of the first pour, then invert the first pour into the second pour. Never invert unset stone. This illustration demonstrates placing the first pour onto the second pour base. Allow stone to set for 1 hour. Small artifacts may be removed with a hand instrument or filled with extra stone. The model trimmer is used to trim. Moisten the cast prior to trimming. Avoid damaging while trimming. The finished base should average between 14 to 16 mm thick and should roughly parallel the occlusal table. Evaluate your cast. Does it look like the example? The slides demonstrate measuring thickness for both casts. You should be able to self-critique this step. The cast should not be thin so as to break. Making the cast too thick is not only unsightly but can be too large for the articulator. Use the arbor band to create grooves on the base of the cast, to enable a split cast mounting. When mounting, lubricate only the grooves. Place the grooves, as seen in the diagram. Lab safety is paramount. Avoid getting hair in a lathe. Please extinguish all burners when not in use. Please review these notes until you are thoroughly familiar with the procedure.